For problem number 16, they're giving us this equation right here in red. So everything that we start with, we're going to have to start off like this, and then we're going to have to write an equation that does all of these different transformations. So reading through the first problem, I see the first thing is a reflect across the x-axis. Then there's a vertical stretch by a factor of 5. And then there's a shift upwards by 6. So there's 3 different things that we're going to have to do. So starting with what I know that I'm going to have to start with what they gave me. Now, I see right here, reflect across the x-axis. Reflect across the x-axis means put a negative sign in front of the whole thing. A vertical stretch by a factor of 5 means that we need to put a number in front, and because it's a stretch, it needs to stay bigger than 1. Well, 5 is bigger than 1. And then shift upwards by 6 means it needs to not be inside with the x, so I'm going to put it on the outside after everything and say go up 6. So writing the whole thing out in one solid color, it's going to be -5 4th root x plus 6, and then grabbing my highlighter to highlight the whole thing as one answer. There's my answer to part A. Now, taking a look for part B. For part B, highlighting the different things that they want a shift right by 4 units. They want a vertical shrink by a factor of 3, and they want a reflect over the x-axis. Okay, so again, starting with what I know they want me to start with an x with the 4th root of x, and now to shift right 4. That means I'm going to subtract 4 inside the radicals. So I need to make sure that this radical stretches over the 4. Then they want a vertical shrink by a factor of 3. Well, shrinks and stretches happen by putting a number in front, and it's a shrink, so that means it's 1 over the number that they tell me. And then reflect over the x-axis means I need to put a negative in front of everything. So writing all of this in one solid color again, it's going to be -1/3 4th root of x minus 4. And highlighting my answer there. Voila.